Hello everybody and welcome to episode 5 of Pixel Pictures. This is, if you're not familiar with it, this is our monthly film review show where we take various good, various bad video game adaptations into movies and we review them for you here on the show. So what do we have this week, Spud? Or this month, I should say.
This month we have one of the original video game movies, which is Mortal Kombat.
Here it comes. Got the obligatory glare on.
Yeah, a weekly gleam.
I got it good this time. This is surprisingly good, actually, for what we're used to watching here.
This one's
on the
from
show.
back when there weren't many video game movies around. There was maybe that Street Fighter.
Jesus, yeah. 95.
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers. That would have been about it
God.
at the time. Well, I will get to
Oh,
that.
God.
We'll get to that.
Super MB. Yeah, Mortal Kombat. Again, like I said, won't say too much right now. We're going to keep it for the actual show itself. But I was pleasantly surprised because I hadn't actually seen this film in its entirety before. I'd seen bits and pieces, So I was glad to sit down with our biggest Mortal Kombat expert here as well.
Get a ninja masks on and
Yeah, and fucking
ready to go.
have a bit of crack. So stay tuned, and we hope you enjoy episode 5, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. What's the lowdown?
As we said in the intro, Mortal Kombat's kind of one of my favourites because I'm a big.
You're
Mortal
the
Kombat
resident expert here on the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
I feel like I should.
I've been into MK since I was a kid. I was around for when this movie launched forth. I remember the excitement behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I remember the tie-in between the Mortal Kombat 3 game and the cabs and everything, and this movie that was coming out at the same time.
Oh.
You know, I remember there was actually an ad on the cab that was like, "See the film." You know, it
Give
had
us
a
your
big
money.
old picture of the fucking dragon. You know.
I was going to say that they ever have a game of the film, but that's.
Do you know who did do that?
Oh.
Street Fighter had a Street Fighter the movie, the game.
That's what I'm thinking of, maybe. Yeah. God,
I've never had the pleasure.
We'll get it for you. We'll get it.
Can we do that one for Pixel Pictures? How would that work? Probably have a better story than the actual movie did.
Oh,
that's right. I went there.
You're not wrong. But yeah, Mortal Kombat. I know a bit about Mortal Kombat, but I feel it's one of those things that's so ingrained in game culture. Just by absorbing all the knowledge, you're going to know who all the characters are kind of anyway, You might know a lot of the history and the backstory, but I think it is one of those franchises, and especially with the film, where you go, I recognise Scorpion and Johnny Cage.
That's what I was about to say. Everybody knows Johnny Cage.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Everybody knows who Raiden is.
Exactly.
They're iconic characters.
Exactly, yeah. So I think that really opens it up to, it's kind of fun for everyone then, even if you haven't even ever heard of the games or played any games, I think it's still a pretty damn good action film,
Yeah, I think
it's actually decent.
The way Mortal Kombat comes across is, as you said, just a good action movie, a good kind of silly kung fu movie from the 90s.
Yeah.
Which the 90s were smothered with.
Yeah.
The great action movies, late 80s, early 90s.
Absolutely, yeah.
And this was just kind of on the tail end of all that. So I guess we should probably start at the start, shouldn't we?
Bring it back.
A man called Liu Kang is he returns back to his old temple. He's back in Hong Kong, or he's a Shaolin monk. You know?
Oh, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, which they don't actually mention. You just think he's Asian, he must be the kung fu guy, and kind of put it together from there.
Yeah.
You know, because it was the 90s, we were allowed to be racist.
Oh yeah,
you know?
it's before we knew better. Yeah.
So along comes Liu Kang with his mandatory mullet. You know,
Oh, it's fantastic.
it is a phenomenal.
It was like a lion's mane at some stage.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Flowing back. Yeah.
So he turned up with his mandatory mullet and basically had a chat with the elders of the temple about how he wants to represent that temple with the Order of Light in the Mortal Kombat tournament. And it's explained from there that Mortal Kombat is the tournament to kind of keep the balance between good and evil and keep a place called Outworld from invading Earth.
Yeah.
You know, in order to invade, they've got to win 10 consecutive tournaments. They've won 9, so everything's on the line for this.
Yeah. So that's it's kind of the same story as the game, kind of.
Yeah. Very, very close.
Yeah,
You're introduced then as the movie, the intro kind of goes on to a couple of the other kind of Earth warriors that's going to send in. So you got Liu Kang, with his mullet, okay. So Mullet Kang.
Mullet Kang.
Okay, you got who else have you got? You've got Johnny Cage, the movie star.
Yeah.
You know, who wants to go there to prove that he's not a big fake.
Yeah. That was,
you know. And you've got Sonya Blade, who's like this hard ass military
action
bitch.
chick. Yeah.
And she's away off then to catch a bad guy who slaughtered her partner named Kano.
What?
So there's the whole plot. That's why you're getting them all together in this one fighting tournament.
To slap some shit out of each other.
And some shit does get slapped.
It's impressive. Yeah, it was. It was good.
Yeah.
A lot of the. What was the one? The Scorpion fight with Johnny. Was it Johnny Cage he's fighting?
Yes, in the forest and then in hell.
Yeah, that was pretty badass.
I think that's kind of a standout scene. That's the one that everybody remembers. That's my favourite scene as well.
Yeah, if you came to me and asked me about that film, that's the part, especially in the forest where they're going to facing off each other.
Yeah.
That's what would spring to mind. Like, yeah.
That's cool because they've got all the silly powers that they have in the games. Not to the extremity that they have them in the games.
Yeah.
But they've still got the silly powers. Like Scorpion has a spear. It grows out of his hand and has a little mouth.
Yeah, that's the one. Is that purely for the film, or is that ever in the games where it has it's alive?
No, that's just for the movie. That's just for the crack.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah.
So the little thing comes out of a little fucking hole in his mouth and it follows you around. It's kind of cool though.
It is, but it actually bends around trees and everything trying to get Johnny Cage.
That's brilliant, yeah. And at one stage, Johnny's pinned to this tree and it's after bending around all these trees and they're snapping at him, you know, and Johnny's like, fuck. So Scorpion dragged it back into his hand, like, you know, and all I can think is, step forward. It's on a fucking rope. Step forward and it'll be chewing the big fucking nose off him, like, you know.
Yeah. Oh, he's not the sharpest tool in the box.
He is not. He's really not.
He's not. No.
You know, Spectre ninjas aren't known for their IQ, you know. But, the ninjas are cool, isn't it?
They're going to fucking Reptile as well later on.
Reptile makes an appearance later on, yeah. And I actually remember that the first time I saw that when I was a kid, because myself and the guy who I was watching it with, like we rented it on pirate video, you know, because we were big MK heads and we had to see it, you know, and it wasn't in the cinema where we were, and we weren't old enough to see it in the cinema anyway. We were very young at the time, so we rented it and we were watching it, and you know. Reptile basically gets thrown into this corpse and comes out as a ninja.
It's like a sarcophagus coffin type thingy.
I don't know what the story was with it. You know, I'm sure whoever was directing it thought it was a great idea. I didn't get it.
Because he's literally up to that point, he's kind of a cartoon character running around, like, you know, like an actual lizard,
really
like,
bad CGI.
Yeah.
And it never clicked with us when we were kids that CGI monster was Reptile. Now, say once or twice we must have missed it because, you know, you're 8 or 9, you're not paying that much attention to it, you know.
He's never really portrayed like that in the game, so he's not.
No,
I know sometimes he's the mask and he's the kind of face, but he's never.
And later on in the games, actually, as the games go on, he gets less human and more reptilian. You know, he has a big old tail and stuff like that. There's a great little story behind him, and he's kind of the last of his species. And he's going to breed with more of his species, so to keep his human side, basically.
Okay, yeah.
But considering he's the last of them, he's getting more and more reptile, you know.
That's interesting. That's cool.
But of course, That's not.
They weren't thinking that in the movie.
No,
yeah.
I don't even think that came in at this stage in video games. But yeah, no, he's like this little cartoon character. It never clicked with us when we were kids, and he's thrown into this cove, and he comes out as the ninja and starts kicking the shit out of Liu Kang. And myself and me mate are like,
reptile.
There's 2 Sub-Zeros! What? Because the fucking it was all really dodgy on the pirate copy, like the colours were all over. Like he was blue, it made sense. Why are there 2 Sub-Zeros? And I'm sure the people back home they were going, but Spud, there are 2 Sub-Zeros in the game, yada yada yada. I know all that. Relax, it's grand.
I didn't know that.
But Reptile's appearance is actually one of the better fight scenes in the movie.
That was cool, yeah. That was good. Kind of out of nowhere as well. It's like, shit, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, because it's a real quiet scene at the time. It, Johnny Cage and Liu Kang are kind of heading through Outworld, and they're scared because everything looks like it's going to attack them, but nothing does. It's nice and suspenseful.
Like
Then all of a sudden this comes out of nowhere and attacks them.
Yeah.
And it's such a cool scene. They fucking throw each other through walls. They put each other through all sorts of things. It's a real dusty old place that hasn't been used in years.
Wrecking that fucking...
There's a cool bit where Kang floors Reptile. You know, and as Reptile is getting back up, he let out this kind of a grunt. And you can just see from outside of his ninja mask all the dust being blown away and he's ready to go.
Good. Little attention to detail like that really makes it.
It really does. It really does. I have to say I love the soundtrack as well. It's all really cheesy 90s dance.
Yes,
like techno.
Oh man, even especially the theme song. The Mortal Kombat.
Oh, you gotta love that theme song.
God damn, it just makes me want to dance.
It's so and it was ever since that now, and that's just under 20 years now. And ever since that, nobody can hear the word Mortal Kombat without going, Mortal Kombat!
Yeah. Oh, it just sums up the entire era of the 90s, the late 90s.
It really does, yeah. Fucking, all you're missing is 2 Unlimited on there. You know?
It's a fucking party.
It's a party.
But yeah, very good film though, especially considering, like I said, I don't play Mortal Kombat, I don't really play any fighters. Really enjoyed it, like, you know.
But you can kind of take it on board like that without playing the game. It does its own thing.
It does, yeah. It sums everything up. It tells you what's going on, where they're going, who this is, who that is.
It doesn't add in so many characters that gets convoluted and turned into a big clusterfuck with a K either.
Yeah. Because I could have seen how they could have just kept throwing people at it, especially because it was such a big tie-in at the time. They probably wanted to try and please everyone, but they did a good job of just getting the main cast and just sticking to that, like, you know.
Yeah.
It could have went over the top, or they could have taken the characters like they did with Resident Evil and completely fucked them up the ass and changed everything.
Yeah,
they're very faithful.
Who the fuck was in the fourth Resident Evil movie from the actual video game?
Fucking nobody.
You know what I mean?
Nobody. Yeah,
it's usually one extreme or the other. We'll throw in absolutely everybody or have no one.
Exactly.
MK got a cool balance.
They really, you could see they treated the source material really respectfully.
Ed Boon, who created MK, is actually a big fan of that as well. He's a big fan of, and he makes it quite clear that he's a big fan of the Forced movie. You know,
oh yes.
Nobody likes the sequel.
I've heard about this sequel, which again,
it's so bad. You know, I'd go back in the drink. Because it's the only way I'd be able to watch that movie. I couldn't watch it sober.
That bad.
It's that bad.
Jesus.
But it's a great little film. The way it does throw a lot of the tournament aspects into it. Like a lot of the big villain of the piece is a sorcerer named Shang Tsung. Who's fucking phenomenal in it.
Yeah.
He's probably my favorite. Him and Kano, who's another villain in the movie.
Kano was cool as well.
Kano was brilliant.
Yeah.
They're probably my 2 favorite characters from the game. Now, I don't play as either of them.
Yeah.
You know, but as characters, I think they're so cool. They're so ruthless and they've got absolutely no redeeming qualities whatsoever.
Just absolute bastards.
Yeah, it's not one of those cases of he's a bastard because... No, he's just a bastard.
Just is. Yeah, fucking.
You know.
Didn't you say in the film Kano, the English accent, then they started making him in all the games with the same accent? Yeah, which was cool.
He just became iconic then.
Yeah,
you know, even so many little bits and pieces like he comes out before his big fight with Sonya Blade. He comes out and he's got his big knife. Now, he used to throw these kind of sparks in the first game, and they claimed they were knives, but they look nothing like knives.
Yeah, pixels.
You know, since that now he has knives that look like they did in the movie. You know, he tells Sonya how he cut her partner from here to here.
Yeah.
And then he ended up having a combo called ear to ear.
Nice.
A little bit like that.
That's so interesting, yeah.
I love that.
That completely revolutionised his character, the film.
Absolutely, yeah. Now he's known for being that kind of Kano. In the later games now, he's got the big hairy chest and all that he had in the movie.
Yeah,
you know, he's decked out in the same kind of gear. You know, he's all like, hello, baby. You know, I love him. I absolutely love him. I've spent 20 years in fucking practicing that.
Yeah, time to shine.
But yeah, no, it is done in that kind of tournament-esque way, you know. There's a lot of bits where it's one guy fighting one guy, everybody watching, and Shang Tsung, who's running the tournament, just watching over it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Like, what was that movie with Van Damme, The Quest?
Oh, yes.
That kind of feeling.
Actually,
it's a fighting tournament.
It does. Yeah, you can see it progressing and you get that atmosphere.
Yeah.
That was absolutely, say like Dead or Alive, like that film. Just people slapping the shit out of each other randomly. It's not the same
no
pressure behind it, and especially towards the end with Goro with all his fights. They're done very good with the crowds and everyone going mad and fucking. I was going to say, what's the verdict on him? Because I thought he was going to be a lot worse. I know you're pointing out things then. I was like, oh yeah, but I thought he was going to be crappy ass CG as well. And when it's the whole kind of
like Reptile was,
something like that. But when I saw it was the full kind of fucking dummy, the model kit.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure how exactly it was done. Whether it was full fucking. I'm sure it was dude in a suit with animatronic head.
Yes,
if I was to wager,
I'd say so. Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah.
Like the old Ninja Turtle movies. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I remember hating him when I was a kid when he came out.
Yeah.
You know.
I could see, he would be a bit removed from. I think it was because of the limitations. I don't know if he moves slow in the games as well, but in the film you can tell it is very kind of clunky because they can't have it as fast as everyone else. But
yeah,
maybe that's
he looked like the Undertaker as well, didn't he? We were just saying that the other night watching it.
I knew it reminded me of someone.
No, not classic 1990s Undertaker, but the way he looks now, all the shit and no hair and you know.
Yeah. Oh, it's identical.
But no, he looked cool. My major beef was he wasn't as stocky as I would have liked him to be. He was very, very tall. Now he's supposed to be big,
but he looks kind of stretched, like you were saying as well.
And there was a huge gap between his arms where they were both supposed to kind of come out of the same places. He's got, anybody who hasn't seen it, he's a four-arm dude who's what's on it, Shokin. So yeah, his arms in the games look like they're coming out almost of the same armpit.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
But in this, there's a huge gap between them, and he looked kind of clumsy because of it.
Yeah, he kind of looks like he got caught in a door or something.
He does.
Yeah.
But he had the big fucking three-fingered hands and all that.
Yeah, and some of the expressions and stuff weren't too bad either. Like, you know, he was impressive for, like we're saying, something nearly 20 years ago. Like,
yeah, and he did. He looked cool enough, you know. When he was in the fights, he looked a bit silly because he didn't know what to do with his hands. He had too many of them.
They had a lot of moves where he just kind of hold people, and they'd be like, "No," and he's just kind of picking them up and stuff. And I was expecting to see him grab someone and fucking start beating the shit out of the other arm.
What you used to do in the games, you used to be able to pick you up with his bottom hands, and his fucking top hands would give you a bit of this.
Yeah, that would have been fantastic. Like,
but he didn't really do that. He just picked him up and said, I'm the Prince of Pain, motherfucker, me.
Yeah, it was quite almost camp in some ways. The fight, like a bit with Johnny Cage where he punches him in the balls as well. It's kind of ooh, you know.
I thought that was brilliant.
It was good, yeah.
He had one bare hand covering a sack, and the other pair going, "Oh, what am I doing?" You know.
I thought, that was hilarious. I didn't see that coming, you know.
Yeah.
I know it happens because I'd heard it before, but oh man. Fucking just.
He looked a bit clumsy, but he was cool enough. He'll do the job. You know what I mean?
Better than I would have given him credit for had I not known, like, you know.
Yeah. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of him when I was a kid in the movie, but I've forgiven him since.
I'm giving out patting the back.
Yeah, on all the shoulder blades. Good lad.
Tickle his bum.
Do you reckon he has like 4 ass cheeks?
Probably.
Because you're never going to see his ass cheeks, you know. Maybe he's got 4 big old ass cheeks.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
Answers on a postcard.
Yeah.
Send in some fan art of Goro. Is it Goro or Goro?
I've always pronounced it Goro.
Goro.
You know.
Yeah.
But the next guy might not. I've always pronounced the guy from Street Fighter as Sagat. Where the next guy might say Sagat.
Yeah. It's just potatoes.
I'm pretty sure it's Goro though.
Goro, yeah. That's
I reckon it almost have to have two O's to be Goro.
Goro, yeah. Goro.
You know.
Yeah, I can see that. I could see it be one of those things with real hardcore fans. If you say it the wrong way, they'll like slap you.
Yeah, with fucking 4 hands. Like.
And he's kicking the balls.
In the second movie, they have another Shokin in it, a chick called Shiva.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah, she came in the third game.
Yeah.
As far as I can remember, she was quite well done though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
She was kind of more human sized, and her arms looked right from what I can recall. And it was a terrible film. She was decked out in the right gear and all that. It looked like she was straight out of the game.
Yeah.
You know.
And there's another thing surprising about the film. No Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
What was that about?
What?
Is he not supposed to be in that, no?
Well, we're dropping spoilers because it's 20 years old, right?
Yeah. Well, he's in it in the end, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, it's basically based around the first video game. Though.
Is he in the
Shao
first video
Kahn
game?
wasn't in the first video game.
Oh, that's just me showing my ignorance then. I'm sorry, yeah.
It is kind of based around the first tournament, and what happened was after the first tournament didn't quite work, he kind of dragged all the boys out all day and scrapped them himself because
okay. Well,
Shang Tsung's his boy, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and when that didn't work, then he just invaded anyway. But that's why he only showed up at the end. They're kind of cutting out Mortal Kombat 2 and just going, "Fuck you! I have enough of this. I'm invading."
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. Well, that makes a bit more sense then. I thought he was always in the first game. Right?
No. He only came. Shang Tsung was the bad guy at the end of the first game. You know.
Sorted. I'm showing my ignorance.
And it's cool because he does a lot of the things in the movie that he does in the video game. Like Shang Tsung does a lot of morphing, for example.
Yeah.
You know, he looks a lot like the Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat 2. You know, same kind of facial hair arrangement and all that. He doesn't have the funny little hat he was wearing in Arcade 2, but you know.
You see, he always posed like that, or am I thinking?
He did in the third one, yeah. He had the snake.
That's that's all I can see whenever I think of him now. Yeah.
He's a cool guy. Actually, in Mortal Kombat 3, he actually looks more like he does in MK3 now that I think of it.
Yeah.
Because he had the long hair and all that in Mortal Kombat 3 as well. The movie would have come out at that time, so.
Maybe that's what.
So yeah.
But he's a good actor, the guy who plays Shang Tsung. Again, I don't know his name, but
I couldn't tell you either.
Like I said, he's one of those guys. You see him and go, that lad. He's like always the baddie and everything, like, you know.
I think he's fantastic in it though, and again, he's got some of those fucking big one-liners as well. Your soul is mine.
He's good at that.
You know.
You said he's a fan of the games as well, isn't he?
Apparently so. I've heard that he's a big fan of the game. He watches all the tournaments and all that. So apparently.
Badass. You keep sitting there going, fucking.
He actually reprised his role in the second season of Mortal Kombat Legacy, right?
Yes, yeah.
Which I remember when I saw the trailer, my fucking jaw hit the floor. I was like, "Oh my god, it's Shang Tsung!"
That'd be huge. That was huge. I'd say.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the second season was shit.
I was going to say, would you recommend people to watch?
No, I would recommend watching the fourth season. That was very, very good.
Jesus, how did they fuck it up so much? The second one.
I don't know. It was all boiling up to this big tournament, and
it went nowhere.
Pretty much, yeah.
Are they making another season of that? Or?
Yeah, because the whole tournament went nowhere and they thought, well, we better do a big end up for the tournament then.
Yeah, because that's what you fucking told us it was going to be. They won't notice if we take the main element out of it. But
again, when Shang Tsung turned up as well, he said a lot of the lines from the video game, which was cool. He's only in for 2 seconds. He said, like, "I've come for your souls, you weak, pathetic fools." You know, it's like that. Everything he's always said. Brilliant.
It's all game dialogue.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Brilliant.
It was a cool film. The action was really good. The special effects they're a bit tacky nowadays.
Yeah, but
they're not too bad.
The overall, like I said, probably Reptile, that's probably the only thing that makes it age a bit.
Yeah.
But everything else, it's not that out of place at all. It's okay, like.
Say it looks a bit dodgy, say the lightning in Raiden's eyes, everyone.
Yeah.
It looks a bit tacky, but you're forgiven because it's Christopher Lambert and you have to, you know.
Goddamn.
But like, say, Sub-Zero's ice and stuff like that, you hit somebody with an ice grenade on stage, it looks grand.
That was actually very good. Where he gets he gets frozen and shit.
The ice grenade is actually a fatality from MK2 as well, which is another great little tie-in.
So you get lots of little Easter eggs if you're a fan of the game.
There really is, there's a lot to it, and like I said, it reversed then, and a lot of Easter eggs ended up in the game from the movie and all.
Which again, going back to Resi again, but that's one of those things that you can't really talk about video game movies and not talk about that. But you see, that's what I like in Mortal Kombat as well. They took stuff from the films and they're almost proud of it, and they said, "Yeah, we're going to put that in." That's part of what we are. Whereas something like Resi, can you imagine them taking stuff from the film and putting it into the actual games?
I suppose they kind of did, didn't they? They said, "What were the films? Action! Put that in the game."
Well, yeah, they did. They did the entire basis of what the films came to represent. The action was.
Unfortunately, we must actually get around to doing the Resident Evil movies.
Yes, that could be good.
We'll put that one then in the cards too.
Have you seen them all? I think there's one.
I believe I have.
Yeah, I think I have as well. No, I didn't see the last one.
You're not missing much.
Keep that for the other show. I can spit my venom everywhere.
So, considering you hadn't seen Mortal Kombat before, let's put it on you. What's the verdict? What are we thinking?
Very impressed. I genuinely, I thought it was, again,
Did Liu Kang's nipples not put you off?
Oh, the shadows.
What's going on with his nipples?
Jesus, they were like hacksaws or something. I understand he's probably on edge, he's fighting for his life, but Jesus, you could take someone's eye out with him. Good Lord. Oh, man. But yeah, no, definitely, I loved it. It was good. It was schlocky. It was. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't excellent, but it was very, very good. It did what it said in the thing. Like I'd compare it to other kind of. I wouldn't even call it brainless action films. It had a lot going on to it. Even anything with that kind of fantasy element as well, like set in other worlds with monsters and stuff.
Fucking sorcerer.
Yeah, I love that shit. So I was definitely impressed with it.
Cool.
And again, shitloads about the games. You could enjoy stuff about it. I know nothing about the games. I still enjoyed it as well. So it seems to appeal to everyone. It keeps the fans happy, and yet it keeps film fans kind of happy as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that rarely happens. We get the crossover.
This is very, very true. Yeah.
Both types of people can go, yeah, they can appreciate it for what it is.
Like I can remember, say, coming out of the Tomb Raider movie, thinking. Where was the tombs?
Yeah, exactly.
But, I can definitely see that. All right, yeah. Personally, it's not just one of my favorite video game movies. It is one of my favorite movies. Yeah. Full stop.
Yeah.
It is a bit silly. It is a bit cheesy, but it does.
But that's where the fun is, though. Yeah, exactly.
The choreography is fantastic in it.
Very well done, actually.
Like fucking. Robin Shue, who plays Liu Kang, is brilliant and does all his own stunts.
He does the bicycle kick and everything. He does his own stuff.
Well, he probably didn't do the bicycle kick now, because that was definitely wild.
Yeah.
But it's got a couple of the special moves thrown in. It's got a few great one-liners. It's it captured the magic of the video games, yet doesn't go for over-the-top gore.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's feck all death in it, full stop. There's even fucking actually, speaking of deaths, in a Scorpion's death, where
that's fucking that's mental. That's kind of vicious. Yeah,
he throws in Scorpion's fatality, which doesn't work because it's blocked, and then he gets cut up, and Johnny Cage leaves a little fucking autograph there, which is Johnny Cage's friendship move from the second game. It's beautifully done.
Yeah.
Lots
of layers to it, like.
Yeah, there's so much for the Mortal Kombat fan there, and there's so much just for the stupid action fan too. Yeah, and I'm a stupid action fan. I love stupid action movies.
You got fucking double action going on there, double whammy.
Exactly, 2-hit combo. So if you've got stuff like little bits and pieces like Liu Kang claiming that he's the descendant of Kung Lao and little bits and pieces like that, these little bits are keeping me happy as well. It is definitely one of my favourite movies. And I'm not just saying that because I'm an MK fan, because I can tell you straight up, Mortal Kombat Annihilation is muck.
Yeah, so
absolute muck.
You're not just fanboying over it.
No, there's a lot of MK stuff I completely dislike, but this is one of my favourites.
There's no better endorsement than that, really, is there?
I don't know. Is that a trick question?
No. So Mortal Kombat 2 thumbs up, 4 arms up.
Yes!
Big nipples up.
What's with them nipples?
Check them out. I'm gonna put a picture.
Nipples and mullets, that's what it's all about right here, ladies and gentlemen.
So, if you had one word to sum up Mortal Kombat film, what would it be?
Fatality.
Oh, I'm not even gonna argue with that. That's it, done, sorted.
Cool.
So there you have it, episode 5 of Pixel Pictures in the bag. So what do you reckon, Spud? Happy with that?
Oh, very happy. We did say in the last episode that to make up for just kind of how boring the Blood Rain movie was, that we were going to watch a good one this time around. So
I think we did good.
I think
we
so.
did good. Yeah.
This one was actually so good that we usually watched it with the girlfriend, and one of them actually turned around halfway through this and said, "This isn't like the stuff we usually watch at all."
Yeah, there's something going on here. This doesn't make me want to tear my fucking eyes out.
So yeah, good fun, good movie.
I think that'll go on the back of the box, like, not like other stuff we've seen before. Which, for what we watch, it's a good compliment. It's a good compliment. But hey, it's like Spud said, we did promise to throw some shit. We promised to throw some good stuff in. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't have to watch the films anyway if you want to.
And we make absolutely no promises for next one, so you've no idea what we're going to pull out the bag then.
Whoa, what could it be?
If you want to drop us some comments and let us know what you want us to do, down below, you know where to go.
Bing, because we're seeing, there haven't been many for a while, but even Need for Speed, that's been out now lately. That's another video game movie that is probably nothing to do with the games at all, but
it's not like this game's had much of a story.
Yeah, exactly. But video game movies aren't going anywhere, so we're always going to
we got a lot of tricks up our sleeve.
Yeah, maybe we'll go back to Uwe Ball again next month. No promises. So like I said, check out our YouTube channel here, subscribe, share it with your friends if you like what we're doing. Check out our other episodes. This is our 5th one, so you have 4 there to pick from.
Get us at Hits That Now on Twitter. Get us /Hits That Now on Facebook. And of course, hitsthatnow.com for our monthly podcasts,
where all the action is going down. Generally, this Pixel Pictures will be up around the start to the middle of the month, and then podcast is always the end of the month.
So check it out, yo.
Bits of shit in between. So thanks for watching, and we will see you all next month.
Your soul is mine.